Yo, what's going on? My name's Ian, I like making cards, and this is the second video in my process of making all the 22 major arcana into Fnaf characters. Last video I created the Fool, the Devil, and the Moon, so make sure you check out that video if you like what you see here. And let's go. The High Prestress. The High Prestress is the second card in the major arcana. The card itself represents divinity, mystery, and wisdom. The priestess is often depicted between two pillars, to represent the veil between the living and the spirit world. Knowing this about her, I thought the best fit would be the puppet, given how they share a similar place of being not quite dead, but not quite alive. Unlike the other animatronics though, the puppet understands the realm that she inhabits. She knows how to harness the powers in it, as we see her guiding souls of the dead to create new life, which is in relation to the divinity and wisdom that the priestess possesses. We see the same representation with the scroll that sits hidden on the High Priestess's lap, that reads Torah, a sacred text meant for only her eyes, making both their preferences for a place of quiet and passive observation justifiable, the priestess' place being the veil, and the puppets being her music box. As she states, the others are like animals, but I am very aware. But the strongest place of resemblance is both the card and the character's shared theme of divine femininity, yet both are able to stay impartial to gender. The puppet's spirit being a girl but genderless body, and the priestess herself representing women, but her veil that she resides in rests between masculinity and femininity, making her impartial, and setting in stone the perfect match for the puppet. Staying in tune with the creepy atmosphere of the cards, I thought that exposing the puppet's whole body wouldn't be all that terrifying. So I took inspiration from the short horror film Other Side of the Box, which I found quite creepy, and I thought would match her tone, with her music box being so crucial to her character. I thought about how the lighting would work with the rest of the set having dark surroundings, so I used a flashlight sort of light to immerse the viewer into the art, and not make the darkness look out of place. Along with the children's drawing behind her, I really like how this card came out. Let me know your thoughts, and on to the next. The Magician. The Magician is the first card in the major arcana. This card represents manifestation, resourcefulness, and action. The card symbolizes unlimited potential and the ability to harness the raw resources you have to create and shape your reality. Much like the character Innard from Sister Location, who is able to harness the resources around him to make something new. The Magician is drawn to be holding a wand towards the sky and his hands towards the floor. Doing so represents him as a lightning rod for energy and inspiration. It represents his willingness to follow through with his creations and not just stop even when the tools surround you. Innard is the first instance of self-creation by animatronics themselves, and in doing so showed just how much power over the reality that these animatronics are capable of. Their willingness to take action and change their circumstances is what makes him my magician. The Magician is depicted with his tools on his table in front of him, representing his ability to create, much like the tools that surround the creation of Innard, being Circus Baby, Ballora, Funtime Freddy, Funtime Foxy, and Michael Afton. I actually got a lot of upset comments on my TikTok when I chose Innard for the Magician, instead of Oval the Elephant, being that Oval is an actual magician. But like all these cards, the deep symbolism and meaning behind the art are much more powerful and present than just the name, and the depictions is something I heavily take into consideration when picking. Innard being an already creepy character, I didn't have a hard time keeping that creepy tone, which is why I really wanted him to be in this deck to begin with. I wanted to mix his dead eyes and face feel with his mask, but also wanted to show his intricate face model, so I chose to have his faceplate up, and I'm really happy with the results. Let me know what you guys think, and if it should have been Oval, or anybody else. On to the next. The Chariot. The Chariot is card 12 in the major arcana. This card represents willpower, determination, triumph, and control, often accommodated with charging ahead and overcoming obstacles. For something to embody the fast-paced intensity momentum of the Chariot, I thought of Foxy the Pirate, being the only animatronic in the original game not just seen moving, but sprinting towards you. The Chariot is often depicted as being outside the main city walls, isolated from the others in the city, much like Foxy is separated from the rest of his group in Pirate Cove. The Chariot's horses are replaced with Sphinxes that would run rampant if not properly controlled and attended for, sharing similar aspects to the extra amount of attention that needed for Foxy in any of the games, as he always possesses a gimmick to distract you. For this card, I decided to depict him as Withered Foxy. Even though there's nothing wrong with the original design of Foxy, his withered counterpart brings a lot more interesting details and parts of his exoskeleton being exposed and damaged, adding for more depth to the card. Let me know if you guys like the withered designs or any other models better or worse for the original gang, and I'll keep your suggestions in mind when making more. I didn't want to just make Foxy though. Like I said, a big part of his character is that he's not just like the rest of the animatronics, and he has a special gimmick that needs extra attention, so I wanted to include that in the card. So I made sure to add Pirate Cove and keep that creepy atmosphere with his smile and only half his face being exposed. Keeping his pirate aspects intact was important to me as well, so I chose to make his hook a visual point and painted it right next to his face, making it extra shiny and attention-seeking. I plan on having all the original 5 in the 22 cards, so I'm glad I found a good fit for Foxy. And there's a lot more to come, so if you guys liked the video, subscribe for more and let me know your thoughts. And I'll see you later.